Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Saturday's hike. Going to try for 1 to 3 miles at Tugaloo State Park. It is a 3.6 mile trail. It's a loop, supposedly easy. So we'll see how well this goes. As I mentioned in another video, I couldn't even do 7/10 of a mile around Lake Toccoa the other day. So it'll be interesting to see how well this goes. I have been doing a lot of yoga, a lot of physical therapy, rehab. I am in less pain now than I was. I know movement is key to healing sciatica. Just has to be the right movement and not doing things that make it worse. So we'll see how this goes. It's going to be an adventure. So stay tuned and let's explore Tugaloo State Park. Okay, I made it to Tugaloo State Park. I'm going to be attempting the Sassafras Loop Trail. Again, I've never been to this park before, never been on this trail before. So it will be an adventure. Remind me, I need to get a state park pass, an annual state park pass, because it's $5 to park every time. And as much as I go to state parks, that adds up real quick. I did get a South Carolina state park pass when I moved there. So I have that. And that's not a total waste because I am about 15 minutes from the South Carolina border. And there's lots of state parks I can go to in South Carolina. But I definitely need to get a Georgia State Park pass as well. Anyway, I am here and I'm going to try to find the trailhead and let's get hiking. Here's a look around where I parked. So from the parking lot, there's a lake there and apparently I'll be going around this lake. Lots of swimming, boating and such. Looks like restrooms and such up there. Nice and quiet. It is supposed to rain today, but in theory, not until later this afternoon. I did bring my rain jacket just in case. Okay, here is the sign, the trail map. There's 2 trails here. The loop trail is 3.6 miles. And then there's another loop trail, that little red one there. I think it's like a mile or something. The Muscadine Trail, that's the little one. And I am aiming for the Sassafras Loop Trail. So, this is the beginning. Let's wander. There we see on that tree there, the first blue blaze. Some folks playing a game over there. Yeah, this is a trail that I have avoided because it's, you know, pretty people-y. It's not very wildernessy. I definitely prefer to be immersed in the wilderness. But right now that's not possible. So I am thankful that this is here, and I'll be glad when I can get to the less people-y, more wildernessy type areas. But for now, this is where we start. And you know, I have started in a lot worse places than this, so this is good. All right, time to improvise. See those folks down there? They're playing with real arrows, not Nerf arrows, real ones. Of course, the trailhead starts just past them. So, can't go that way or I will be shish kebabbed. And nobody wants that. Or maybe some people do, but I certainly don't. So I'm going to try to walk up here by the road and walk past it and then go back down to the trail. Silly me, and I thought there'd be no hills today. Anyway, worth a shot. No pun intended. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. But really, I kind of wish they had set up somewhere other than the trailhead. But, you know what? It is what it is. It's all right. Just keep walking and change course. Isn't that what this whole adventure is about? Figuring out what you want and then making it happen in spite of random obstacles. So it is all good. It looks like there's a little bridge here leading back into the woods. And it looks like this is going to drop me out right back on the trail. So that's a good thing. Like I said, this is basically a, I wouldn't say urban trail because there's not much urban in Toccoa and Livonia. But it is definitely more of a people-y kind of park and not so much a wilderness-y kind of park. So yeah, here we go. I see trees. Here's the blue blaze. All right, home free. We have made it. Now the hike begins. Even though I can hear the traffic and I can hear the people still, this is still a nice little trail. And it is very, very well blazed. Very well blazed. So this is a very good beginner trail. So if you're just getting into hiking or just getting back into hiking or rehabbing, even though I just started, I think I can safely recommend this one. Stay tuned for more. But initial impressions are, I like what I see. It's not the AT, but you know what? It's gonna get me to the AT. And it does feel good to be surrounded by woods again. Definitely feels good to be semi-immersed in nature, if not completely. So much better. Oh, look, sort of a mini green tunnel here. Not as cool as the green tunnels on the Appalachian Trail, but it's all I got for now, so I will gratefully take it. Okay, this is cool. Have our little stairway here, and then there's a little gangway that leads out to a dock on the lake. If you want to go for a swim, you can absolutely do that. I'm not going to today because I still need to find a bathing suit. So up and over these stairs. And you know what, just for the heck of it, let's take a little walk out here and look at the lake. Because why the heck not? It's not supposed to start raining till 5, so why not? And if you want to go back to the roadway, you can go up all those stairs. But, you know, I've had enough of stairs for a while, so I think I'll keep hiking on the forest path. That just sounds way more fun to me. Here we have some blowdown that has been cleared. And I'm wondering, I bet this was from Hurricane Helene. Because, believe it or not, up here in North Georgia, this area did get clobbered pretty hard. Where I live in Toccoa, we only had a few downed trees and stuff, but this area and further north, people got a good bit of damage. So I'm betting here we are very likely seeing the remnants of Helene. Now I could be wrong. If somebody knows Tugaloo State Park, since I've never been here before, I could be wrong. Feel free to correct me. But it's, I think it's highly possible that those trees were blowdown from Helene. Or it could have been any of the other gazillion thunderstorms we've had this year or any year. This year has been stormy as heck. I had to get off trail on the AT so many times because of massive mega storms. Not just because of my back, but also because of severe weather. Not just rain. Rain is fine, but massive storms. It has been a very stormy spring here in Georgia. More than normal, I think. Of course, Murphy's Law, because I was going to be out in it. Sorry about that, folks. All my fault, apparently. All right, so far so good. Coming up on a little road crossing here. This 3.6 mile loop goes all around the lake, and there are a couple little road crossings here. But as you can see, it's nothing very drastic. Not busy, but there's, I believe, either that's the visitor center or the restroom, or a restroom, one or the other. Anyway, road crossing number 1 done. I'm not sure how many there are. I think there's at least 2, maybe 3. Like I said, not a wilderness experience, but hey, I'll take it. And as you can tell, I'm out of breath just from this little trail with no drastic hills. There's little ones, little rolling hills, nothing big. But oh boy, you can tell I have not hiked in a month. Because I am winded on this little thing. Whew. But by the end of summer, I'm going to be doing sections of the AT, of the Bartram Trail, of the Foothills Trail. A lot of my overnights are going to be on one of those 3. And I've never hiked on the Bartram Trail, ever. So I think that'll be the first one I gravitate to, simply because I've never done it before. And I've never done an overnight on the Foothills Trail because I just haven't. It was closed for a while from Helene, or at least the northern end of it. Southern end I think is fine. Northern end, I don't know if it's completely reopened or not, but it should be close if it's not already. But anyway, whew, yeah. Anyway, by fall, I'm going to be hiking those. But you gotta start somewhere. Rehab and restore and build. There is no room for ego. You start where you are, you work with what you got, and you keep going. Ego kills talent. So don't worry if you can't do what you used to do, or if you can't yet do what you want to do, the important part is do what you can, where you are, and keep at it consistently. That is the secret sauce. And y'all are going to see that over the next 11 months. By the time I go back out on the trail in April, this is going to be a warm-up. This will be a warm-up trail. You just watch and see. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, I am about a mile in at this point, and I'm not having any back pain or hip pain at all. It was a little uncomfortable the first half mile or so, but now it's gone. Now, I do still have numbness and tingling in my leg and foot. That's, again, from that compressed nerve. I also have it in my left hand. I've had that off and on for years, and it's from a pinched nerve in my neck from a car accident in 1999. You know, I never used to think whiplash was real until then. Surprise, it's real, and 26 years later, still gives me problems. But yeah, aside from the discomfort of the tingling, numbness, kind of like your foot's asleep, but it's not asleep. Like, I can feel everything. It's just tingly and weird. Aside from that, I am currently in no pain right at 1 mile of trail. So that's good. And I think the regular chiropractor visits are going to help, if not eradicate, at least greatly reduce the whole pressure on the nerve thing. Might not completely get rid of it, but make it somewhat less annoying. But as long as I can walk, we're good. We are good. Because I can deal with annoyance. Not a fan of pain, though. Pain is not my friend. Okay, it's just started to sprinkle a little bit. The serious rain isn't supposed to start till later, but I went ahead and put on my rain jacket just in case. I will get rained on this hike. We'll just see how badly I get rained on. Ooh, and look at that. It's starting to rain harder. All good, though. Just got 2.5 miles to go. Right, here we are at another roadway crossing. Marker number 6. I have been 1.49 miles. So not quite halfway, but almost. So just go across this parking lot and roadway, and the trail continues that way. So far, so good. Of course, it quit raining as soon as I put my jacket on, because that's how my luck goes. But you know what? It is all good. Check this out. They have a little amphitheater here. How cool is that? Right here by the lake. And the trail goes on that way. This is a neat little spot to stop and have lunch. Okay, here we have just a teensy little bit of a road walk. Not much, just a few feet. Till we get back to the trail. And of course, me being me, went the wrong way. It's supposed to be going this way. I just saw that marker and thought, ooh, that's where I need to go. No, I need to go this way. So, this way I shall go. I hate road walks, but I'm very glad that at least there's grass here I can walk on. Oh, and here's a blaze. Is this the trail? I don't think that's the trail. That looks awfully okay. Yeah, the path going down into the woods was not the trail. And no, I did not go down into it. I could tell it was too overgrown. So it was a pretty decent amount of road walking, and here's more road walking. Here, I guess I'm in the RV campground part right now. But yeah, here's more road walking, which will eventually put me back on the foresty trail. But yeah, that's why I don't like hikes like this, parks like this, because you know, I come to hike to get away from pavement and cars and most people. You know, if I wanted to walk on pavement, I could have done that around Toccoa. Just gone right out my front door and walked a 3-mile loop there. But be that as it may, it isn't bad. It's not a huge walk, and it's like I said, it's definitely better than no hiking at all. Though I can tell you what, I'm definitely starting to get a blister, and that is my own darn fault, because somewhere between the trail and my apartment, I lost all 3 pairs of darn tough socks that I had. I don't know how that happened, because they were just in my backpack, I thought. But yeah, darn tough socks are the only ones that I can wear and never get blisters. Right now I'm hiking in just regular socks, and it's annoying. So I will definitely have a nasty blister when I get done. But that's, I guess, the upside of a day hike. You know, I don't have to, it's not gonna kill my hike if it's just one day, and the rest of the week I can just wear flip-flops. It's not like I have to get up and do this again tomorrow. But yeah, lesson relearned. Never hike in anything other than darn tough socks. For me, your mileage may vary, because everybody's different. Some people swear by the minus 33 degree wool socks. Those are good, but I still get blisters in those. I've tried a bunch of different brands of merino wool socks. The only one that I don't get blisters in is darn tough. So for me, they are well worth the investment. And they are an investment, like 20 bucks a pair. Ouch. I don't know how I lost them, but whatever. It's what I do. I'm good at it. Everyone has talents, and that's one of mine. And oh look, we are back in the woods. Back in the woods. I only have a little more than a mile to go. So, nearly there. Nearly there. This is so pretty. I can just pretend the cars aren't behind me, and the RVs and the pavement and the people. This is beautiful. Again, it's not the trail, but it is a trail. And this trail is going to get me to the trail. So, glory to God for all things. Okay, just bopping along, having a grand old time. Here is where the Sassafras Loop merges with the, I think it's 1 mile, if it's even a mile, Mulberry Loop. I almost considered doing the Mulberry Loop because it's a lot shorter, but I kind of wanted to challenge myself and see how far I could get. So I took this blue Sassafras Loop instead, but apparently they do intersect for a little bit. We are more than halfway done at this point. I think we have a mile, maybe a little over a mile. My All Trails app, I keep accidentally starting it and stopping it when I shove it in my pocket. And my watch, I forgot to start it for the first quarter mile or so. So neither of those is really an accurate gauge of how far I've gone. But according to my watch, let's see, I've gone 2.39 miles, not including the roughly quarter mile that I forgot to start it. So, probably have just a little over a mile to go. Really, my whole goal is to beat the rain. I want to be in my car before it starts raining for real. But I am prepared for real rain if it does come to that. Okay, here we go. Here's some trail limbo. How low can you go? Definitely some pretty significant blowdown there. God bless the trail maintainers. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Okay, I decided not to go under because I didn't want to slip and fall into that ditch with the trail being muddy. So I crawled up the hill a little bit and just went over. Now back on trail. Yay, obstacle course. Fun. Okay, here we are on another road walk. I think this will be the last one. Coming up on the very tail end of my hike, I believe. Unfortunately, my All Trails app completely closed out and finished my last session, so I can no longer see the little marker on the map of exactly where I parked. So I am hoping I can easily find my car again. Shouldn't be too difficult, I think. It would have been easier if I had been able to get on the trail the normal way. But I think it shouldn't be too hard. This is a very well marked trail and there's signs everywhere, so very nearly to the end. Very, very pleased that I was able to make it this far. So yeah, stay tuned. Okay, I think I know where I am now. I believe this is the bridge that I got on to start the hike in the first place. If not, it's really close to it. Okay, that is the little bridge that I got on to get on this path. Ordinarily, I'd go back on that bridge and go down that way, but I can still hear the kids down there that were doing archery. And so again, I want to avoid being a shish kebab, not just today, but every day. So I will just do this little road walk back here, back to the open field, and that'll take me back to my car. I'd much rather hike in there in the woods. But again, I think I can hear kids, and I don't know if they're done with their archery, so I'm just going to play it safe and avoid being a shish kebab. Winning. Yep, good call. They're still set up for archery. I still see the big backboard cloth thingy they were using to keep the arrows from going past the targets. So, yep, good call in taking the boring way back to my car. But hey, the really good news is I made it. 3.6 miles in less than 3 hours. First real amount of walking I've done since the AT. So that's a good thing. This month of yoga and physical therapy exercises that I got from the internet, Dr. Internet, has helped. Again, I'm still in no pain, just the numbness in my foot and leg. But, you know, for all I know, that may be there forever. Who knows? As long as I'm not in pain, it's all good. Okay, made it back to my car in one piece. Still not in any pain, so I'll take that as a win. Big win. 3.6 miles done. The comeback tour is officially underway, y'all. Again, this was at Tugaloo State Park. and it was the Sassafras Loop. Definitely rated easy. So yeah, if you are a beginning hiker or someone coming back to hiking and you're able to do 3.6 miles with a few hills, not drastic hills, just regular hills, I would definitely recommend it. There is also a smaller loop that I alluded to earlier, the Mulberry Loop. I think that is a mile at most. So that's a good one. That's the only 2 trails at this park. So, and they seem to be pretty decent. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this one. So Tugaloo State Park in Livonia, Georgia. All right, I'm off to do all my errands and get back to adulting for the day. And stay tuned. I will be uploading at least 1 video a week. Not sure where I'm hiking next week, but it's going to be somewhere. So y'all have a fabulous week. And always live, love, hike, and never freaking quit.